History has a way of repeating itself. Just ask the members of the Texas and Southwestern Cattle Raisers Association. The organization traces its roots to 1877, when 40 cattlemen hired an investigator. The problem? Cattle rustling. And everyone is still on the job.
We employ 29 specially commissioned special rangers whose whole responsibility is to investigate and recover stolen cattle and livestock-related equipment and accessories. And so they're busy all the time.
Eldon adds that in an average year, the Rangers will recover $4 to $5 million worth of stolen cattle and equipment. TSCRA is one of the nation's oldest cattlemen's associations, and it has watched its industry grow into a legitimate big business.
We have 15,000 members in the state, member ranches, and so that we count our memberships ranch by ranch rather than an individual. Our core of our membership is the cow-calf producer that's raising cows and the calves here in the state. We represent about 16% of the national total of beef cattle inventory, and as such, that represents about 5.3 million head of cattle and represents about $15 billion industry here in the state.
The scope of Texas can almost seem mythical at times. It's true, there are big ranches, really big ranches, but Eldon says that's not an accurate picture of the average Texas and Southwestern cattle raiser.
We have the legacy ranches that include the King Ranch and the Four Sixes and the Pitchfork Ranch and others that have been mainstays in the cattle industry for decades, if not centuries. And as a result of that, they are almost bigger than life, so to speak. What's interesting, though, is that within our association, our average member has 47 head of cattle.
The original mission of TSCRA is to protect. That's taken on a new meaning these days. Theft is still an issue, but new concerns are on the horizon.
Protect them to have the right to engage in cattle production here in the state, but in the United States as well. I think we're being threatened on a number of fronts. The animal welfare, animal rights movement seems to be gaining traction, and that's going to become a bigger issue over time, I believe. The cattle industry has to come together to defend our right to raise cattle. The second issue that I think is going to be a protection issue is the environment. We're seeing increased, particularly with this administration and Congress, an increased push to get controls on the environment and to address global warming and greenhouse gases.
Eldon says the way things get done in politics at the state and national level have changed a lot. One thing hasn't, though. Cattle organizations still need their members to be engaged and to voice their opinions on the issues.
It takes everyone being actively involved in expressing their opinions and support or opposition to certain positions to get the job done. We got a great team in Washington through NCBA, and we rely on the folks back there heavily on a lot of the issues that we're interested in. But that by themselves, they can't do the job. They've got to have the support of the constituency out in the country, the grassroots.
In Texas, I'm Todd Ingley for NCBA's Cattleman to Cattleman.
TSCRA is also reopening its well-respected Cattle History Museum at the Fort Worth Museum of Science and History late this year. If you're in the area, be sure to check it out.